Welcome to wpi.edu/listen, your go-to audio news and podcasts for all things Worcester Polytechnic Institute. After you've listened in, check out our other episodes and dive deep into the exciting news stories shaping the WPI community. Tuesday, February 3, 2026. Identifying skin disease with AI. Dmitry Korkin and researchers in Senegal developed tool to find and explain hidden clues to mycetoma. WPI Professor Dmitry Korkin and researchers in Senegal are using a unique type of artificial intelligence to develop a tool that could not only help pathologists in tropical regions diagnose skin diseases, but also show those pathologists how AI makes its decisions. The research involves explainable artificial intelligence, an approach that draws back the curtain on AI to reveal the processes of machine learning algorithms. The researchers say their tool can analyze skin specimen images to identify pathogens that cause mycetoma, a disease often found in rural parts of Asia, Africa, and Latin America, where medical and technical resources may be limited. AI can feel like a black box holding something that is very difficult to comprehend, says Korkin, the Harold L. Jurist, 61, and Heather E. Jurist, Dean's Professor of Computer Science. With explainable AI, we can build a tool that will help diagnose skin diseases and provide down-to-earth explanations about the entire decision-making process. Known as CINDI, for skin infectious diseases. Intelligent Framework. The tool evolved from the work of Kepechu Merveille Santi Zinsu, a PhD student who arrived at WPI in 2024 for a year in Korkin's lab under the Partnership for Skills in Applied Sciences, Engineering and Technology. Since leaving WPI, Zinsu has continued to work on CINDI within the Institute of Research for Development at UNESCO, a research organization in Dakar, Senegal. Mycetoma causes tumor-like lesions, often on the feet, where breaks in the skin and exposure to contaminated soil or water can provide a pathway for invading pathogens. Farmers, laborers, and people who walk barefoot are especially prone to mycetoma. If not treated, mycetoma can invade deep tissues, cause deformities, and impair the body's ability to function. Antibiotics or antifungal medications can be used to treat mycetoma, depending on the cause of the infection, but determining the cause is not always easy. Pathologists typically examine tissues and cells under a microscope to identify abnormal structures called grains that aid in diagnosis. Sometimes, however, grains are not visible in specimens and additional costly, time-consuming tests are needed. For patients, any delay in diagnosing the cause of mycetoma can delay proper treatment, Zinsu says. Tools that speed up diagnosis can help patients get the help they need so they can recover quickly. To develop CINDI, the researchers started with a dataset of 7,000 healthy tissue images and 1,324 labeled images of tissue infected by fungal and bacterial pathogens known to often cause mycetoma. Then the researchers developed mathematical algorithms to examine the dataset images. The researchers found that the tools learned to successfully identify infected tissues and pinpoint pathogens, even when no grains were visible. We think that the tool can find complex patterns and details, even beyond the lesion areas, that are too tiny for a human expert to detect, Korkin says. The next step was to configure CINDI to show clinicians multiple images that would explain how the tool had identified the disease and the pathogen responsible for a patient's lesions. The research team published their CINDI research on the biology preprint server, bioarxiv. In addition to Zinsu and Korkin, authors were Habon Ahmed Mahamoud, Abdo Majib Gay, and Maudon Da, all of Cheikh Anta Diop University and National University Hospital of Fan in Senegal. Idi Diop of Cheikh Anta Diop University in Senegal, and Doudou Sow and Sheikh Talibouya Diop, both of the University of Gaston Berger in Senegal. Zinsu says researchers in Senegal are working with pathologists to begin testing CINDI. After collecting feedback from users, The researchers plan to refine the tool, seek approval from Senegal's Ministry of Health and Social Action, and deploy Cindy in hospitals. We want to ensure that the tool, which users can access through a computer interface or through a mobile app in the near future, is streamlined as much as possible so it can be easily used by doctors in rural clinics to help patients who need treatment, Xinsu says.